What's up, everybody? How you doing? Hey, it's Broman. Hope you're doing good. And today we're taking a quick look at Control. So we're going to be giving you a nice review. So Control is easily defined in my mind as a third-person paranormal Metroidvania, or a 3D third-person paranormal Metroidvania. And I know that's a lot of words and a whole lot of jargon and using games to describe other games, but hear me out. If you're a fan of Super Metroid, if you're a fan of Symphony of the Night, or those styles of games, right? Those are called Metroidvanias, if you didn't know. Maybe you've recently played Dead Cells. One of those things most of those games have in common is they're going to get me killed almost immediately. One of those things those games have in common is they're all usually 2D, classically 2D, unless you're talking about Metroid Prime. And I realize there's some other additions to the entries or entities, but it's almost exclusively, Castlevania. It's almost exclusively Metroid. So it's nice for me to have a introduction to that genre that's a little bit fresh, a little bit different, and incredibly compelling and unique. So the second you jump into Control, you're sort of thrown into this government bureau of control. It looks like the CIA building. There's a whole lot of different looks in this game, and I'll just kind of show you because I know where one of them is at. There's a lot of different looks. The levels in this game are well designed and defined by their art structure, which is one of my favorite Metroidvania style things. And as your character grows in power, they unlock, different areas of the map, things like that. So here, we have this obvious research wing. Everything kind of looks like this. But we're going to take this elevator, and I'm going to give you some examples of, well, we won't take the elevator. We'll just fall and then do a video game trick. And then as we descend, suddenly we're in a completely differently designed area with enemies that are way too fucking strong for me. My power's about the number I seem comfortable with right now is 3. But the enemies down here are all around 8. So it's pretty tough. Also, they look like plants, which I don't know. It gives me real Brinstar vibes. So you hop into Control. You're thrown into this paranormal, spooky, crazy, weird world place. And you are tasked with surviving and figuring out what has happened to everyone in this area. Okay, everyone inside of the Bureau of Control is being attacked by this otherworld entity called the Hiss. They seem to possess people. They also make people float. They turn all the combat staff red. They start killing people. Stuff gets really bad. And you get a whole host of powers to combat against them. You get this weapon, which is without spoiling, really cool lore behind how the weapon works. You are instantly tasked as you are the new director of the Bureau of Control, which is kind of a surprise to your character. There's a weird sprint glitch that I'm dealing with right now, where your crosshair ends up directly behind your head. So it's not without bugs, because which game isn't? There we go. Trying not to die in the middle of this review for you guys. So you're tasked with trying to figure out what's going on in the Bureau of Control. You are now the director of the Bureau of Control. The last director had a relatively unfortunate end, and it's all a big surprise to you. You also have this sort of weird trans-dimensional entity that lives inside of your head, and the mystery is structured really strongly up front. I was at least, instantly intrigued by what is happening, why is this happening, what is going on. One of the coolest things about this whole game is that it bears a lot of semblance. Oh geez, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's actually extra quiet in the game in this room too. I don't like that. It bears a lot of similarities with the old internet creepypasta website, Special Containment Protocols, or SCP. There's a whole bunch of different objects. There's a whole lot of writing. There's a lot of lore in game to define why are these various things in the game happening. There's a whole lot of things that are redacted. There's a lot of Lovecraftian horror built into the game. You'll notice in the top right above me, it says execute major targets. There's little momentary things that pop up. It'll tell you where you need to go on the map, how you need to take care of them. And how much time you have left. I'm actually going to try and teleport to another part of the map for you. If I can remember where the entrance to this area was, smile. So as you go along, you kind of meet the staff that are here, the staff that aren't, you know, turned into gigantic, I don't know, floating blood bags of people. And you start to learn a little bit more about the history of this area. You're introduced to a whole lot of really creepy things, and you start to understand what's going on in the world. Another thing that I love about Control is often, or what you hear when people launch new tech is you'll have a demo game, right? And everybody's been talking about Control like it's the demo game for the RTX technology. And as you'll notice, the game is fundamentally gorgeous. It takes a little bit to load in here. I'm trying to run it on the ultra settings. Well, your gameplay looks like shit. Well, you look like shit. So everything right now is RTX enabled. Everything has ray tracing. And I have to say it truly is an amazing addition to the game's sort of spooky vibes. You know, hearing everything running around, creeping you out, and then seeing your own reflection in a mirror adds to the immersion of the game and really does make it extra horrifying, right? You kind of get comfortable, but one of the things I'm not used to in any game is seeing my own reflection vividly in a mirror tracking along with me as I play. That is something that's taken some getting used to, but Control uses the RTX technology really well to make you feel great, even if it does kind of lag out every once in a while on your computer. I probably should adjust some more settings. You know, make sure you get the game ready drivers too. Before I was having damn near unplayability issues when I was playing the game previously. Maybe it's the volumetric fog. That's kind of what I think is causing my problems. So, you know, you might want to play with volumetric fog off or really low if you're going to be hopping into the game for the first time, or if you're going to be broadcasting the game or recording it for YouTube right now. The environments are incredibly destructible, which gives me really... It just makes everything feel incredibly visceral. The hiss, the world, even if you have to, you know, use your powers and you don't have anything readily available, you'll end up ripping part of the floor out, which is a nice, a nice little trick. Here you go. Here's a nice little demo. There you go. Ooh, spooky. I'm really impressed by that. They definitely use it to strong effect multiple points in the game. Visually, the game is absolutely stunning. There isn't a single moment of Control that I've played where I haven't felt like, oh, goddamn, this is beautiful. Even if you're getting your ass kicked, the art design in the game is incredible. The character design is pretty great. And the story is incredibly interesting if you're into spooky, creepy, what the fuck stuff. Oh my God, it's gonna kill me. Am I gonna die? I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die in this place. I'm dead. Okay. Even if you're into creepy and spooky, you're gonna find weird stuff all around the game that's going to sort of pull on your sense of eerie irritability. I have two puppos in my office right now while we're doing this video. They're both scared to death of the thunderstorm outside because I live in Florida and it's great. Another thing that I wasn't expecting in the game was to actually have really fantastic voice acting and acting in general. The story is delivered via my personal favorite way of story delivery, actual people talking, not just reading. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff for you to read if you want. But they use a lot of really interesting storytelling mechanics, including the ability for you to, including something I haven't seen this in such a long time. Yeah. Live video inside of a video game. Yeah. So there's just a lot of really cool edges to this game. I think it's a really enjoyable experience so far. I want to learn more. We'll be streaming more of it soon. But if you have an RTX card, this came with it. Most likely. It is 100% worth a play. It is so much more than just a demo game. I love this studio. Remedy Games has done a fantastic job producing this, and I am looking forward to seeing maybe more games in this genre show up. You know, the Metroidvania genre has kind of been dominated by two IPs for a very long time, so Control is a nice addition to that, and I'd love to see more third-person stuff happening, 3D stuff, third-person stuff. because they really seem to have created a formula in this game that would work in the long term, kind of regardless of, you know, the source material. That'll be it for me, everyone. Thank you so much for watching my rambly dog attacked reviews. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll be playing this next few days on Twitch if you want to watch that. You can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, and, you know, anywhere else. It's just Professor Broman, and I'll talk to you next time.